Welcome to Study with Sri. Here I am covering Environment by Shankar IAS Academy chapter wise. Today I start the chapter 9, that is biodiversity. Chapter 9 consists of biodiversity. So biodiversity found on earth today consists of many millions of distinct biological species, right? So the product of 4 billion years of evolution. डाइवर्सिटी मीन्स वेरिएबिलिटी. सो स्पीसीज का बहुत वेरिएबिलिटी, मिलियंस ऑफ डिस्टिंक्ट बायोलॉजिकल स्पीसीज प्रेजेंट इन दिस अर्थ टुडे, राइट? सो बायोडाइवर्सिटी इज द वेराइटी ऑफ लाइफ ऑन अर्थ. इट इंक्लूड्स ऑल ऑर्गेनिज्म एंड स्पीसीज एंड पॉपुलेशन. द जेनेटिक वेरिएशन अमंग दिस, जो जीन का वेरिएशन होता है ना, and their complex assemblage of communities and ecosystem. It also refers to the interrelated of genes, species and ecosystem, and in turn their interaction with the environment. This is life, this is biodiversity. So biodiversity, as United Nations Earth Summit 1992 suggests that biodiversity is defined as the variability among living organisms from all sources. Sources क्या क्या था? Terrestrial, marine and other aquatic ecosystem and ecological complexes of which they are a part. This includes diversity within species, between species and of ecosystem. So biodiversity include diversity within species, between species and of ecosystem. Clear? Now conservation and sustainable use of biodiversity is fundamental to ecologically sustainable development, right? So conservation भी करना है and sustainable use भी करना है biodiversity का, that is fundamental to ecologically sustainable development. So biodiversity is a part of our daily lives and livelihood and constitute resources upon which families, communities and nation and future generation depend. Okay, now levels of biodiversity. Biodiversity is considered to exist in 3 levels. क्या क्या है? Genetics, species and ecosystem. So levels of biodiversity are genetic, species and ecosystem. First is genetic diversity. So it is concerned with the variation of genes. Genetic, as the name suggests, it is the variation in genes within a particular species. कोई भी एक particular species में जो variation of gene होता है, that is genetic diversity. Okay, genetic diversity allows species to adapt to changing environment, right? So this diversity aims to ensure that some species survive drastic change and thus carry on desirable genes. This diversity aims to ensure that, ये diversity क्या ensure करता है कि कुछ species ऐसे भी है that survive in drastic change and thus carry on desirable genes. Okay, the survival of individuals ensure the survival of the population. Individual का जो survival है that ensure the survival of the population. The genetic diversity gives us beautiful butterflies, roses, parakeets, corals in a myriad hues and shapes and sizes. Okay, now species diversity. So it refers to the variety of living organism on the earth. Genetic diversity में था gene का change. Now species diversity में variety of living organism on the earth. Species differed from one another markedly in their genetic makeup and do not interbreed in nature. Closely related species, however, have in common much of their hereditary characteristics. Closely related species जो होता है, however, have in common much in their hereditary characteristics. Characteristics भी उन लोग का same होता है. For instance, about 98.4% of their genes of humans and chimpanzees are the same. It is the ratio of one species population over total number of organism across all species in the given biome. एक biome में one species population is to means ratio of total number of organism is the species diversity. So 0 would be infinite diversity if there is one number of species divided by total number of organism. Total number of organism is 0. Okay, so that indicates the infinite diversity. 1 means one species population equals to total number of organism. जब same हो जाता है, that denote only one species present. Clear? Now ecosystem and community diversity. This refers to the different types of habitat. A habitat is a cumulative factor of climate, vegetation and geography of a region. Okay, so an habitat is cumulative factor of climate, vegetation, geography. ठीक है, there are several kinds of habitat around the world like corals, grassland, wetlands, desert, mangrove and tropical rainforest are example of ecosystem. So several kinds of habitat like corals, grassland, wetland, desert, mangrove and tropical rainforest are example of ecosystem, that is ecosystem or community diversity. Okay, so change in climate condition is accompanied by a change in vegetation as well. We know that vegetation depends on climate, so change in climatic condition accompanied by a change in vegetation as well. Each species adapt itself to a particular kind of environment. As the environment changes, environment जब change हो जाता है ना, species based to adapt to that environment become predominant. So species based to adapted to that environment predominant हो जाता है. Thus the variety or diversity of species in the ecosystem is influenced by nature of the ecosystem. So species का जो diversity of species है in that ecosystem is influenced by nature of the ecosystem. Okay, now measurement of biodiversity. So biodiversity is measured by two major components. First is species richness, second is species evenness. So ये है measurement of biodiversity. So species richness and species evenness. What is species richness? So it is the measure of number of species found in a community. एक community में कितना number of species है, that is species richness. They are alpha diversity, beta diversity and gamma diversity. Okay, these are the categorization of species richness. First is alpha diversity. So it refers to the diversity within a particular area or ecosystem. Is usually expressed by number of species, that is species richness in that ecosystem. So alpha diversity refers to the diversity within a particular area. Okay, एक particular area or ecosystem में diversity of the species is the alpha diversity, is usually expressed by number of species. Okay, beta diversity, it is a comparison of diversity between ecosystem. Okay, alpha diversity was diversity within a particular area. Now beta diversity is the comparison of diversity between two ecosystems, usually measured as the change in amount of species between the ecosystem. Now gamma diversity, so it is a measure of overall diversity for different ecosystem within a region. ठीक है, कोई भी region में जो overall diversity का change होता है, that is gamma diversity. Now species evenness, so it measured the proportion of species at a given site. कोई भी given site में जो proportion of species रहता है, that is the species evenness. Low evenness indicates that few species dominate the site. Low evenness कब होता है, जब बहुत कम species dominate करता है कोई site को, that is the low species evenness, right? So species evenness measure करता है the proportion of species at a given site. Okay, proportion of species at a given site. Now biodiversity and food web. The building blocks of plants, animals and humans are identical and are made up of 4 elements. Okay, जो building block होता है ना animal, plant and human का, that is same होता है. They are built up of 4 elements: carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen. So these elements are the present in the environment in air, water and soil. Like only green plants can absorb nitrogen from the soil through their roots, right? So green plant can absorb nitrogen from the soil through their root, use sunlight and water to produce energy by a process called photosynthesis. They are known as producers, right? So by photosynthesis, the trees produce their food, so they are called as producers. Animals and human क्या करते हैं? Consume the food. Who have plants, other animals as their food, they are called as consumers. The chain that links consumers to producer is called as food chain or web. We know every living creature is found in food chain. There are several food chains and they can be complex or simple depending on the environment. To cite some example, like grasshopper eat grass. Common example, grasshopper eat grass and are in turn off. Grasshopper are eaten by frogs and frogs are eaten by snake and snakes are eaten by rodents. ठीक है? Thus the importance of each and every creature in the web of life is evident. Tampering with food chain only produces negative result, okay, leading to destruction of the species. So importance of each and every creature in the web of life is evident. Tampering with the food chain only produces negative result, leading to destruction of species. Every time a species become extinct, the chain is broken. Many species and including human move closer to extinction. कोई भी टाइम में अगर कोई भी चेन ब्रोक हो जाता है देन एवरी स्पीसीज रिस्क में आ जाता है. ठीक है. नाउ सर्विसेज प्रोवाइडेड बाय बायोडाइवर्सिटी. So biodiversity provides a number of natural services, okay, like ecosystem service. Ecosystem service includes protection of water resource, ecosystem. So water होगा, soil होगा, nutrient होगा, pollution होगा, right? So first is protection of water resource. Second is soil formation and protection, okay. Third is nutrient storage and recycling. Fourth, pollution breakdown and absorption. Then contribution to climate stability, maintenance of the ecosystem, recovery from unpredictable events. Now biological services. Service क्या है? Biological services, food, medicinal resources and pharmaceutical drugs, wood products, ornamental plants, breeding stocks, diversity in genes, species and ecosystem. Okay, so biological services, as the name suggests, biology, okay, like food, medicinal resources and pharmaceutical drugs, wood products, ornamental plants, breeding stocks and diversity in genes, species and ecosystem. Now is social services. So social services like research, education and monitoring, recreation and tourism, cultural values. Okay, so social services include research, education and monitoring, recreation and tourism and cultural values. Now causes for biodiversity loss. Loss of biodiversity जो होता है ना, that occurs when either a particular species is destroyed or habitat essential for its survival is damaged. तो दो टाइप से हो सकता है. इधर एक स्पीसीज है, पर्टिकुलर स्पीसीज दैट इज डिस्ट्रॉयड एंड अनदर इज हैबिटेट एसेंशियल फॉर इट्स सर्वाइवल. ठीक है, वो हैबिटेट का डैमेज हो जाता है. ये दो प्रोसेस है लॉस ऑफ बायोडाइवर्सिटी का. द लैटर दैट इज हैबिटेट डिस्ट्रैक्शन इज मोर कॉमन. ठीक है, इज इनएविटेबल फॉल आउट ऑफ डेवलपमेंट. जितना डेवलपमेंट होता है उतना तो हैबिटेट डिस्ट्रैक्शन भी हो जाता है ना. सो द एक्सटिंक्शन ऑफ स्पीसीज takes place when they are exploited for economic gain or hunted as a sport or for food. Extinction of species may also occur due to environmental reason like ecological substitution, biological factors and pathological causes which can be caused either by nature or the man. Okay, so जो extinction होता है ना species का, that takes place when they are exploited for species are exploited for economic gain or hunted as a sport or for food. अगर hunting हो जा रहा है, ठीक है, economic gain के लिए exploitation हो रहा है, then extinction of species happened. Okay, extinction of species may also occur due to environmental reason like ecological substitution, biological factors and pathological causes which can be caused either by nature or the man. Clear? Now natural causes. So very simple. Natural causes includes flood, earthquake, landslide, rivalry among species, lack of pollination and diseases. Okay, so natural causes include flood, earthquake, landslide, rivalry among species, lack of pollination and diseases. Now man-made causes. Man-made causes include habitat destruction, uncontrolled commercial exploitation, hunting and poaching, conversion of rich biodiversity site for human settlement and industrial development, extension of agriculture and pollution. Okay, these are the man-made causes. Filling up of wetlands, destruction of coastal areas too. So man-made causes are habitat destruction, okay, uncontrolled commercial exploitation. Third is hunting and poaching. Fourth is conservation of rich biodiversity site for human settlement and industrial development. Okay, then extension of agriculture, then pollution, then filling up of wetland and destruction of coastal areas. Now biodiversity conservation. Okay, so biodiversity का जो conservation है, that leads to conservation of essential ecological diversity and preserve the continuity of food chain. So biodiversity conservation preserve the continuity of food chain and it is conservation of essential ecological diversity. Okay, now modes of conservation. Modes of conservation are of two types, ex situ conservation and in situ conservation. So ex situ conservation mainly होता क्या है? That is conserving biodiversity outside the areas where they naturally occur is known as ex situ conservation. So mainly where they are born, then जहाँ उसका जन्म होता है, राइट, जहाँ नेचुरली ऑकर होता है, आउटसाइड में ले जाके जब कंजर्व किया जाता है, दैट इज ex situ conservation. Here animals are reared or plants are cultivated like zoological park or botanical gardens. Okay, so here animal are reared and or plants are cultivated like zoological park and botanical gardens. Reintroduction of an animal or a plant into the habitat from where it has been extinct is another form of ex situ conservation. Like कोई भी एक एरिया था उधर वहाँ से अगर कोई भी स्पीसीज का एक्सटिंक्शन हो चुका है, लास्ट स्पीसीज डाई हो चुका है एंड reintroduction of the species there is called is another example of ex situ conservation. For example, the Gangetic gharial has been reintroduced in the river of Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan where it had become extinct. Seed banks, botanical garden, horticulture, recreational gardens are important center for ex situ conservation. You should remember this for prelims. Okay, so seed banks, botanical, horticulture, recreational gardens are the ex situ conservation. ठीक है? Now in situ conservation. So conserving the animals and the plants in their natural habitat, जहाँ पे born होता है उधर ही अगर conserve किया जाए animal and plant का, that is in situ conservation. It established the natural habitats are national park, sanctuaries, biosphere reserve, reserved forest and protected forest. Okay, so the established natural habitats are, first is national park, second is sanctuaries, third biosphere reserve, fourth reserve forest and fifth protected forest. Okay, now constraint in biodiversity conservation. So obstruction in biodiversity conservation, क्या क्या constraint आता है? So first is low priority for conservation of living natural resources. So natural resource को low priority दिया जाता है for conservation. That is a constraint of biodiversity conservation. Next is exploitation of living natural resources for monetary gain. This is a very common example, that is exploitation of living natural resources for monetary gain. Now values and knowledge about the species and ecosystem are inadequate. Now unplanned urbanization and uncontrolled industrialization. Okay, now botanical garden. So botanical garden mainly refers to the scientifically planned collection of living trees, shrubs, herbs, climber and other plants from various parts of the world, right? So botanical garden refers to the scientifically planned collection of living trees, shrubs, herbs, climbers and other plants from various parts of the world. Now purpose of the botanical garden. Botanical garden का purpose क्या है? First is to study the taxonomy as well as the growth of the plants. Okay, botanical garden में study होता है the taxonomy as well as the growth of the plants. To study the introduction and acclimatization process of exotic plants. ठीक है, exotic plants का introduction and acclimatization होता है. ठीक है, now it acts as germplasm collection. Botanical garden acts as a germplasm collection. It helps development of new hybrids. It augments conserving rare and threatened species. Okay, so it acts as germplasm collection. It helps the development of new hybrids. It augments conservation rare and threatened species. Now zoo. So zoo is an establishment, whether stationary or mobile, where captive animals are kept for exhibition to the public and includes a circus and rescue centers, but does not include an establishment of licensed dealer in captive animals. CZA, that is Central Zoo Authority. So Central Zoo Authority said that zoo एक establishment है जहाँ whether stationary or mobile, where captive animals are kept for exhibition to the public. So public को exhibit करने के लिए captive animals are kept. Includes a circus and rescue centers, but does not include establishment of a licensed dealer in captive animals. Okay. Now the initial purpose of the zoos was entertainment. पहले zoo का purpose क्या था? Entertainment. Over the decades, धीरे धीरे zoos have got transformed into centers for wildlife conservation and environmental education. Okay. Apart from saving individual animals, zoos have a role to play in species conservation too. So zoo में बस individual का saving ही नहीं होता है. Zoos have a role to play species conservation too through captive breeding. Now rate data book. So the rate data book. Species judged as threatened are listed by various agencies as well as by some private organization. जो species है that are threatened, okay, जो species threatened है that are threatened means जो species का वो survival का chance बहुत कम है, ठीक है, that are listed in various agencies. So one agency is rate data book. Okay, rate data book are issued by IUCN. Okay, so it is a loose leaf volume of information on status of many kinds of species. Now loose क्यों है? Loose leaf volume क्यों है? Because the volume is continually updated and is issued by International Union for Conservation of Nature located in Morges, Switzerland. Okay. Now red means क्या है? Red denotes to danger. So that species both plants and animal presently experience throughout the globe. Now the rate data book was first issued in 1966 by IUCN's Special Survival Commission. Okay, 1966 में IUCN का जो Special Survival Commission है that first issued the rate data book as a guide for formulation, preservation and management of species listed. Okay, in this book information of for endangered mammals and birds are more extensive than for other groups of animals and plants. Coverage is also given to less prominent organism facing extinction. So ये जो book है इधर जो information रहता है ना for endangered mammals and birds are more extensive. ठीक है, endangered mammals and bird का जो information है that are more extensive than for other groups of animal and plants. Coverage is also given to less prominent organism facing extinction. Now जो pink pages होता है ना red data book में, in this publication include the critically endangered species. Okay, so pink pages में denote है critically endangered species का. As the status of species change, species का जब status change होता है ना, the new pages are sent to the subscriber. Okay, here green pages are used for those species that were formerly endangered. पहले जो सब species endangered था, green pages are used. क्यों ना, उसका recovery हो चुका है to the point where they are no longer threatened. So पहले endangered था but अभी recovery हो चुका है, so they are no longer threatened. It denoted by the green pages. With passing time, the number of pink pages continue to increase, that is critically endangered species continue to increase, and there are pitifully few green pages, बहुत कम green pages है. Now here you can see the IUCN categories. So extinct in wild, critically endangered, endangered, vulnerable, nearly threatened, least concern, and data deficient. Here extinction risk. So extinct is highly risky and least concern is small risky. ठीक है. So these are the critically endangered, endangered, and vulnerable are the threatened categories. ठीक है. Now criteria for quantitative thresholds. ठीक है. So रेड डेटा बुक में अगर इंटर करना है, क्राइटेरिया क्या है? पॉपुलेशन रिस्ट्रिक्शन, रिडक्शन, रेस्ट्रिक्टेड जियोग्राफिकल रेंज, small population size and decline, very small or restricted population, and quantitative analysis. ठीक है. Now IUCN classification of conservation priority. Here you can see extinct. So extinct कब होगा? A taxon is extinct when there is no reasonable doubt that the last individual has died. So कोई doubt नहीं है कि last individual जो है वो भी die हो चुका है. That is the extinct category. Okay. So a taxon is presumed extinct when exhaustive surveys, जो survey होता है ना, is known and or expected habitat at appropriate times like diurnal, seasonal and annual throughout its historic range have failed to record an individual. Now extinct in wild. So एक taxon extinct in wild कब होगा? When it is known only to survive in cultivation, in captivity or as a naturalized population or populations well outside the past range. A taxon is presumed extinct in wild when exhaustive surveys is known and are expected habitat at appropriate times, diurnal, seasonal, annual, throughout its historic range have failed to record an individual. So एक्सटिंक्ट इन वाइल्ड कब होता है? जब 3 सीजन में लाइक डायर्नल, सीजनल एंड एनुअल अच्छे से रिसर्च करके देखा गया है कि जो लास्ट इंडिविजुअल है दैट ऑल्सो डाइड. ओके, सो ए टैक्सन इज प्रिज्यूम्ड एक्सटिंक्ट इन वाइल्ड व्हेन एग्जॉस्टिव सर्वे इज नोन एंड आर एक्सपेक्टेड हैबिटेट एट एप्रोप्रिएट टाइम्स, डायर्नल, seasonal and annual throughout its historic range have failed to record an individual. Okay, clear? Now critically endangered. So एक taxon critically endangered कब होगा? When they are fulfill some criteria. ठीक है. So क्या criteria है? First is reduction in population more than 90% over last 10 years. Very important. Reduction of population जो है critically endangered का is more than 90% over last 10 years. Okay. Population size जो है number less than 50 mature individuals. बस 50 mature individual है. ठीक है. Quantitative analysis showing the probability of extinction in wild in at least 50% in their 10 years. Okay, quantitative analysis show करता है that probability of extinction in wild जो है in at least 50% in their 10 years. So upcoming 10 years में जो probability of extinction in wild है वो 50% हो जाएगा. It is therefore considered to be facing extremely high risk in extinction in wild. Okay, so 90% से ज़्यादा पॉपुलेशन रिडक्शन हुआ है लास्ट 10 ईयर्स में. सेकेंड, पॉपुलेशन साइज जो है वो लेस दैन 50 मैच्योर इंडिविजुअल है. थर्ड, जो एक्सटिंक्शन का एक्सपेक्टेशन है दैट इज 50% इन देयर 10 ईयर्स. एंड जो कैटेगरी है दैट इज एक्सट्रीमली हाई रिस्क इन एक्सटिंक्शन इन वाइल्ड. क्लियर? नाउ एंडेंजर्ड. सो एक टैक्सन एंडेंजर्ड कब होगा? व्हेन दे आर फॉलोइंग सम क्राइटेरिया. रिडक्शन इन पॉपुलेशन साइज इज 70% ओवर लास्ट 10 years, राइट? वो क्रिटिकली एंडेंजर्ड में क्या था? मोर देन 90% ओवर लास्ट 10 years. लेकिन क्रिटिकली इसके बाद क्या है? एंडेंजर्ड. एंडेंजर्ड में क्या है? पॉपुलेशन साइज रिडक्शन इज 70% ओवर लास्ट 10 years. पॉपुलेशन साइज एस्टिमेटेड टू ए नंबर fewer than 250 मैच्योर इंडिविजुअल. पॉपुलेशन साइज जो है वो ओनली 250 मैच्योर इंडिविजुअल है. ठीक है? क्रिटिकली इंडेंजर्ड में 50 था, लेकिन इंडेंजर्ड में 250 है. ठीक है? Quantitative analysis showing the probability of extinction in wild is at least 20% within 20 years. 20% within 20 years. Critically endangered में क्या था? 50% in their 10 years, right? और ये जो कैटेगरी है endangered, these are the very high risk category. Okay? Now vulnerable. So vulnerable का criteria क्या है? Reduction in population more than 50% over last 10 years. 90, 70, 50. Okay? Population size estimated to number fewer than 10,000 mature individuals. Okay? 50, 250, 10,000. Vulnerable. ठीक है? Probability of extinction in the wild at least 10% within 100 years. 100 years है. ठीक है? 20 years था, उसमें 10 years था, राइट? सो 50% था, इधर कितना परसेंट था? इधर था 20% ओवर 20 years. और vulnerable में है 10% within 100 years. Okay? It is therefore considered to be facing a very high risk of extinction in the wild. Now near threatened. So a taxon is near threatened when it has been evaluated against the criteria but does not qualify for critically endangered, vulnerable now, but is close to qualify for or is likely to qualify for threatened category in near future. So nearly threatened कब होगा ना? एक टैक्सन है, जब इवेल्युएशन होता है वो कोई भी कैटेगरी में नहीं आता है, लाइक क्रिटिकली endangered, vulnerable में नहीं आता है, but is close to qualifying the likely to qualify the certain categories. Okay? Now list concern कब होगा? When it has been evaluated against the criteria and does not qualify for critically endangered, vulnerable and near threatened. Okay? Here addition क्या है? near threatened का. So कोई भी कैटेगरी में नहीं होगा. Widespread and abundant taxa are included in this category. Very low risk. ठीक है? Now data deficient. Data deficient क्या है? कोई भी species के बारे में जब sufficient information नहीं है. ठीक है? Inadequate information to make direct, indirect assessment of the risk of extinction based on distribution and or population status. Now a taxon in this category may be well studied. Well study करना होगा and it's biologically well known, but appropriate data on abundance and distribution are lacking. Okay? Now data deficient जो होगा ना is therefore not a category of threat. Threat का category नहीं है, क्योंकि हमारे पास तो information नहीं है, right? So listing of taxa in this category indicates that more information is required and acknowledges to possibility that future research will show that threatened classification is appropriate. Next is not evaluated. So a taxon is not evaluated when it has not yet been evaluated against the criteria. Okay, so this chapter is covered. Now wait for the next chapter. Thank you for attending this session. Let's meet in next class.